Hi everyone, welcome to the meeting. So yeah, if you want to turn on your video during the meeting, yeah, you're welcome to do so. And today's there's no special dress code as we usually have, but instead we have a free costume for you to wear. So yeah, we can't wait to see your costumes too. So I'm being the red guard from Squid Game today, although I haven't watched the show. So, yeah, welcome everyone. And today we will talk about how to write horror for children. Which will be our guest host today is Rizal Iwan. Yeah, he is here. Hi, Ka.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, and as always, I want to welcome all of you who's new here. Welcome to our daily monthly meeting. So the rules in our monthly meeting is pretty simple. Just be kind to everyone. Please, yeah, don't be rude to everyone. As we all try to speak English, we all try to share what we like. So yeah, we hope that we can respect each other and we can be kind to each other. And if you can speak English very well, that's very okay too. Like we are all learning here, so yeah, don't panic. We're always here to support you all. Yeah. Okay, so later we have giveaway also. So please stay tuned until the end of the meeting to join the giveaway, and we have something special in the end. So yeah, please stay tuned. Okay, I want to greet Carizal. Hi, Carizal.
Hello, Hannah. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having
Okay,
me.
okay. Oh, uh, Carizal, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. Hi, everyone. My name is Rizal. It's Rizal Iwan, so that's two first names. But everyone calls me Rizal. And I'm here because I wrote a series of children's novels, mystery novels, horror novels called Creepy Case Club. So yeah, so I'm here to talk about that.
Okay, thank you, Carizal.
Thank
So
you.
I think today's meeting will be fun because yeah, sneak peek when we meet Carizal on Monday, right? On Monday,
Yes,
yeah.
it was on
The
Monday.
first thing we said when you got out of the Zoom was, "Oh, I like his personality." So yeah, we can't
Ah,
wait. Yeah, because I think
thank
Carizal is so
you.
friendly, so it will be a fun meeting. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
first, Carizal want to share what Creepy Case Club is, right? So maybe Carizal, you can share screen.
Yes. So for those who haven't read the Creepy Case Cup books, so I have a short introduction of what it's all about. Okay, let me just share my screen. Mm, oh, there you go. All right. So Creepy Case Club, the introduction. So Creepy Case Club, basically, it's a series of mystery novels targeted for children and preteens. So it tells the stories of three children, three 10-year-olds. Yes, they were 10-year-olds when they started everything, who investigate um, several creepy, mysterious, supernatural cases happening all around them at school, at home, and basically in their daily lives. So let's get to know the characters. Okay, this one is Namira. She's the founder of Creepy Case Club, basically. Um, what can I tell about her? She's a whimsical girl. She loves to read fairy tales, and she's a big fan of Disney fairy tales, Disney movies. But there's a but. She's more drawn to the villains of these movies instead of the princesses. Instead of the princes, the princesses, she's more interested in the villains. So this makes her a bit unusual for a girl her age, and a bit of an outsider. Um, she likes to believe in magic and in ghosts, stuff like that. So that's Namira. Um, The next one is Fedi. Fedi is he's a boy in Namira's class. He's Namira's first friend in her new school. He loves science, especially astronomy. So he's a bit of an old soul, and he's very he's a very rational kid, so to speak. So she's the exact opposite of Namira. Namira likes to believe in magic and ghosts. Vedi likes to believe in science and facts and logical explanations. But he's an old soul, and this makes him a bit of an outsider too at school, and that's why he hits it off with Namira. And the third member is Jani. This is Jani. So Jani is the school's popular girl. So she's a typical girly girl. She's everything that is expected from a girl by society. So she's also the exact opposite of Namira, and she also likes Disney movies, but she loves the princesses, the princes and princesses. So this makes her the exact opposite of Namira. And at first, she was Namira's nemesis before they became friends. Actually, they're still frenemies throughout the series of the books. They're still frenemies. So these are the three kids that comprise Creepy Case Club as they go investigating mysterious cases. And okay, so far we have 4 books in the series. So this is the first one. This is the origin story. It's called Kasus Nyanyian Berhantu, or the Case of the Haunted Song, as I like to call it in English. If it's ever translated to English, I would like to call it that. And the second book is, here it is. The second book is Kasus Si Anak Indigo, or the Case of the Haunted Boy. I'd like to call it that in English because, it's a bit weird. It's like the Case of the Indigo Boy, because it makes it sound like the Indigo Girls, the music group. So this is the second book in the series. The third book is Kasus Kutukan Congklak. So it's the case of the Congklak curse. And this is the last one. This is the fourth book, Kasus Pohon Pemanggil, the Case of the Calling Tree. So here are the 4 books in the Creepy Case Club series that we have so far. So yes, there it is. That is Creepy Case Club. An introduction.
Thank you, Rizal, for sharing the books. It was amazing. Actually, I like the English translation. That's so cool. Like the Case of the Haunted Boy. Oh, I want to read that. That's interesting, I think, for the titles.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed. Maybe someday it will be translated to English.
Yeah, we hope so too. Okay, so the next we already chose some of the questions from you guys. So please listen if your questions are chosen. So the moderator will be Dante. So I will, Dante, you can take over.
Okay, thank you, Sherry. So hello, everyone. My name is Jonathan Dante. I'm one of the board members, and today I'm going to lead the Q&A session.
Hi, Dante.
Hi, Karizal. And I believe Karizal is already ready, and so are we. So let's just get into the questions. The first question is actually still related to the Creepy Case Club. Is there going to be a 5th book to the series?
Yes, there is. Yes, and it's being written right now. Actually, this is the question that I dread the most, because it's the question that everyone's been asking me for the past year. Because the 4th book came out in December last year, and everyone expected it that there should be a 5th book by now, but I haven't finished writing it. So, and my editor is also has been breathing down my neck. And but yes, hopefully there will be a fifth book. It's halfway done, and hopefully it will be out soon. Or, well, hopefully I will finish it soon, and then it will be out.
Okay, so I guess all the Creepy Clays Club fans have to wait just a little longer, but
yeah,
finally we get the answer that there is a fifth book. So that's okay, that's good. The next question is still related. I guess this is from one of the fans of the series. What costume will Johnny wear for Halloween?
Oh wow, this is such a fun question. I love this. Okay, well, I think that before Johnny joins Creepy Case Club, she would definitely dress as, one of the Disney princesses, the more traditional ones, like Aurora or Ariel. But since she's been hanging out with Namira so much, I think she experiences a bit of a shift. She still wants to be a Disney princess, but maybe now maybe the more edgy one, the more non-conventional one, like Moana or Merida. Yeah, I think that's what Johnny would go as. And Namira, well, Namira, there's no question that she would be a Disney villain, because now the villains are cool. We have movies like Maleficent and Cruella and the Descendants in Disney Channel. So villains are the new cool. So I think Namira will have a blast on Halloween dressing up as a villain.
Oh well, I guess Yanil will jump on board and also become a little more edgy as well as the series goes on.
I think so. I thought maybe someday she will become a Disney villain. Who knows?
Okay, so the next question is, why are you interested in reading horror novels in the first place?
Okay, well, I don't know. I think maybe because I think it goes back to my childhood, and because I grew up in a somewhat superstitious surroundings, and family, and I heard a lot of ghost stories growing up. And this fascinates me. It made me ask a lot of questions, and how I also find fear to be a fascinating feeling or emotion, because it is scary, but at the same time, we cannot get enough of it, So it's like I find it a bit addictive, and I guess that's why we love horror stories. Why most people love horror stories, because scary is fun, and you cannot turn away. You're scared, but you cannot turn away. So I guess that's what interests me, what draws me in horror stories in the first place.
I guess it's kind of like riding a roller coaster. It's dangerous. We all know that it's not that safe, but we wanted to do it. We feel like it's a good thing. So I guess that's kind of the same feeling, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah.
And oh yeah, anyways, talking about ghosts. So most horror novels, although they don't always have ghosts, but the majority of them have ghosts in it. And the next question is related: how to create ghosts, the characters in the novel?
Okay. How to create ghosts? Well, I think we should treat these ghosts just like any other characters in the book. I think we have to make them interesting. We have to create a mystery around them. Sort of like a mystery guest at our party. Like when we're having a party, there's a mystery guest. We don't know who they are. We don't know what they want. We don't know what they want from us. We don't know if they're good or bad. So we have to create all these questions surrounding the ghosts, and then we have to answer them in an interesting way. One of the ways that I believe is to create a good backstory for the ghosts. A good backstory, and then we can reveal this backstory either bit by bit as the story goes along, progresses, or like with one big bang at the end or near the end of the story, we reveal this good backstory. But the backstory has to be good and captivating and interesting and answering all these questions that we have created early on in the book or in the story.
So essentially, we also have to treat ghosts like human beings because, well, they were actually humans at one point, right? So
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I guess that's a pretty good advice for future horror writers. And oh yeah, the next question apparently is still related to writing. How can we formulate good horror prose for children specifically?
A good horror prose. Okay. So I think by sticking to the rule of thumb for prose for children in general, I think, which is we have to make it exciting first and foremost. Make it into an adventure that kids want to be to take part in, and then for the horror part though, we have to be careful. We have to be careful not to make it too scary or too traumatizing for the kids, because this is what separates horror stories for kids and horror stories for adults. And this is the tricky part, because scary is fun, like I said, but we don't want to traumatize them. So I think in this case, I think curiosity is the operative word. I think the horror in our story, it has to be something that makes the young readers curious. Curious rather than scary just for the hell of it, Yeah.
So I guess it's more about giving them this feeling of curious and then making them scared a little bit, but not scar their youth.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Scared but not scarred, exactly. And
Okay.
That's the challenge, I think.
Okay, for the next question, how do you get inspiration for your children books?
Yes. So yeah, I've told this story many times. The inspiration is actually Creepy Case Scott is a tribute to the mystery books that I read as a kid, to the adventure books that I read as a kid, like the Famous Five. That's from my generation. There's a series of books called the Famous Five, and also films and shows that I grew up with, because I'm also actually, come to think of it, I'm more of a movie buff than a bookworm. I mean, I'm both, but I'm more of a movie buff. So a tribute to these movies also, like the Monster Squad, if any of you've heard it, because it's a very old movie, and also It, but the original It, Stephen King's It. I got to know the series first. I watched the series first before I read the book, and I loved it. I loved it, the original It with Tim Curry. So I guess the inspiration is from these books and these movies that I consumed growing up. Yeah, but also I think not only children's books, but I think grown-up books as well. For example, I learned how to write cliffhangers at the end of every chapter from books like the Da Vinci Code. I think when I read the Da Vinci Code, it made me realize that you have to keep your readers captivated by creating cliffhangers at the end of every chapter, if possible. So I think the first book is kind of inspired by the Da Vinci Code, because these kids are decoding things from the song that is haunting them, the lyrics and all of that. So yeah, so that's my inspiration, I think.
So it's actually quite interesting that we can take inspirations not only from horror novels, but from other novels, mystery, maybe grown-up books as well, and incorporate those elements.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because at the end of the day, a good story is a good story, no matter what genre it is. And maybe there's a pattern that we can extract from the good stories that we've read, good characters, good like good cliffhangers, or a good twist at the end. So yeah, it comes in every genre.
Okay. Yeah. By the talking about books, what is the most frightening books that you've ever read? Is it It by Stephen King, or is that another book?
My favorite horror book of all time is a book called The Turn of the Screw, by Henry James. It's a very old book. I think it's written in the 1800s or something. But I read it as a young kid when I was in junior high, and it just I didn't get bored at all. I didn't get bored at all, even though it's a very old book. It's set in the 1800s. It's written in the 1800s. But it scared the hell out of me. So I think The Turn of the Screw, and also it's a testament of how well written the book is. I think The Turn of the Screw made me realize what sort of horror that I like, that I am into, and which in turn maybe influenced me in writing Creepy Case Club. It's more about the fear of the unseen and the unknown. So not the scary, violent monsters, just like the feeling of someone watching you from the corner of the room. That's my kind of horror. So The Turn of the Screw. And also an Indonesian book. This might sound weird, but Saman by Ayu Utami. This might sound weird and unexpected, but there's a part in that book with the pregnant mother, well, the protagonist's mother, where the mother goes to the woods at the back of the house, and I think she gets pregnant, and then the kid hears the mother talking to disembodied voices at night, and every time the kid wakes up, the voices always disappear. That scared the hell out of me. That part from Saman. I think it's not a horror book, but it's really, really scary, and it's really creepy. The mother goes to the woods at the back of the house, where all sorts of nocturnal creatures and ghosts and jinns are gathering, and there's a question that maybe when the mother gets pregnant, that she is actually impregnated by one of these creatures. So I think it freaks me out, that part of the book, Saman.
Wow, I've never heard about that, but it seems like it's not necessarily, I guess it's not for children, someone.
No, it's not for children at all. It's not for children at all. It's actually very adult. The subject matter that it deals with is very adult. But it's scary. That part of the book scares me.
Oh, okay. So talking about Indonesian novels, what do you think of horror and supernatural novels in Indonesia in general?
What do I think? What do I think? I think it's one of the most popular genres there is in literature, both in literature and in movies, right? So I think Indonesian horror novels, they will never lose their audience, I think. Just like the horror movies, or books that are turned into movies. Like authors like Risa Saraswati makes a fortune from writing scary stories, right? So I haven't read too many of them of Indonesian horror novels, but some of the books are very well written. There's a book called Surat dari Kematian, Letter from the Dead, or from Beyond the Grave, or something like that translation. It's from Adam T. Pusama. It's a horror book. It's very well written. And I read a recent horror book called Bino from a new writer, Zaki Jaihutan. Actually, it's a book that I'm bringing right now to this meeting. That is also, I think, it's very captivating. So I think horror novels will never lose their audience. But maybe I hope I hope this genre will never stop exploring, though, in terms of themes and storytelling method, because I don't know, I haven't read too many of them, but I think, when Risa Saraswati boomed with the ghost stories about the Dutch ghost, then other novels start imitating that. So, I mean, there are trends, but I certainly hope that we will never stop exploring the themes.
I guess it's true. I mean, Indonesian people are close to myths and stories, and we also have historical places that have their own stories. I guess it will never die. It's just part of our culture as well.
Exactly, it will never die. It will continue to evolve, and also I think that maybe we haven't really explored the myths and the ghost stories for the eastern part of Indonesia. So I think I would really like to read more books about that, I think. Yeah.
Well, okay, then I guess that's it. That's an idea for future horror writers. Eastern region in Indonesia, if you want to write. Okay, so essentially the questions are done, and right now I guess
okay.
we're moving to the audience questions. There are a couple of questions. The first one is from Sherry. She asks, by the way, what interests you to write horror for children and not for adults?
Actually, it's sort of like a coincidence, actually, because I was invited because before this, I only wrote stories and books for adults. But then one of the editors that I was working with had this project, and he invited me to participate in the project where they were planning to launch several books for children. So I think that's where it started. So it was kind of an accident. It was kind of accidental. So I didn't really plan it. But I'm enjoying it so far. I think also that horror for children is something that is not yet been explored that much in Indonesian literature, because parents tend to get freaked out when their kids want to read horror novels. So I think I also enjoy the challenge and the exploration in writing for children. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess this is still related. Still by Sherry. Is it hard to market horror novels for children?
Hard to market? Yes. Yes, because when I was oh wow, no, I got distracted by Sherry's Squid Game costume. Wow, that's an awesome costume. Yes, I think it is hard to market. Well, not hard to market, but publishers tend to get really careful when from my experience, when they were launching Creepy Case Club, because like I said, parents don't want their kids to suddenly turn into scaredy cat. Like, I don't want to sleep alone, I don't want to sleep with the lights off. There's always that kind of fear in parents, and it's something that the publisher needs to anticipate. So I think I think it's maybe not hard to market, because kids love to be scared, but the marketing requires a certain level of wariness, of prudence, of being careful, basically, to for example, my horror Creepy Case Club has never, but it is rarely marketed as a horror series for children. It's always, they always say that it's a mystery. It's a series of mystery books for children. But then, because some readers, because I read it on Twitter and things like that, some readers actually went into the Creepy Case Club not expecting that there will be real ghosts. So.
Oh, okay. I guess
So
it's
I
about being careful in it, so that we don't give the wrong idea. We're here not to, scar your children and frighten them.
Yes.
Okay, so the next this is from Airin. How did you get into writing?
How do you get into writing? Well, it goes way back. I think because I like to I think I like to write journals as a kid, because as a kid growing up I wasn't like the other kids. Like I wasn't into, like, as a boy I wasn't into sports. I didn't really have a lot of friends, so I like to keep journals. And I think that what got me into writing, because then after journals, then I wanted to know what it feels like to write fiction, write a story, or to bare my soul, to curhat in the form of fiction. So I began to write short stories, and I think that's, and then the stories got published, and yeah.
Okay,
and
so
I went on to write books and stuff like that.
Started with writing journals. So I guess writing anything can actually push us to become better writers, I guess.
Oh, definitely, especially in this day and age where I think everyone is a writer, right? Like, because when you upload a photo on Instagram, you have to write a caption. Well, you don't have to, but you want to write a nice caption, so you are a writer. And then I don't know about TikTok though, but I guess TikTok is a way to tell stories. So I think everyone is a storyteller, hence a writer in their own way.
Okay, so maybe this is the last question. This is from Tia. Hi, Rizal. Did you have creepy experience while writing your horror books? Just curious.
No. I wish I had, because I wish I had that kind of a sensitivity or gift, or like some of my friends do. But no. But I do get creeped out a lot when I write chapters of the book of Creepy Case Club, especially when I'm writing at night or alone in my room. Sometimes I get creeped out. Like I get the feeling that someone is watching me in the corner of the room. But as for like actual creepy experience, no, I don't think so. No.
I guess that's a good sign though, because you don't intend to scar children like we talk about, so it's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so apparently we still have 5 more minutes before the session ends, so I guess I'll continue with the question. This one is by Michelle. Rizal, what's your favorite horror movie?
Oh yes, I like this question. My favorite horror movie. Funnily enough, my favorite horror movie is a very recent one called Hereditary, with Toni Collette in it. Yeah, because I think it's creepy, and it also talks about it. What's brilliant about it is that it actually is a movie about something else, but the filmmakers wraps it in a horror package, and I think it's brilliant. I think the story is basically about dysfunctional families and how you inherit your your demons from your parents, but it makes it into a really scary horror movie, and I think it's good. And also, while we're talking about movies, I also like. Can I answer a show, like a series, my favorite horror series of all time?
Sure.
Which is The Haunting of Hill House. I think it's the greatest thing that ever happened to Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a classic by I don't remember the author.
Shirley Jackson.
Yeah, Shirley.
Jackson. But again, what's brilliant about that show is that it deconstructs the novel. It deconstructs the novel. It's nothing like the novel whatsoever. But it deconstructs it, and I think it's making the story reborn, you know. And it's talking about dysfunctional family and how your family, the troubled past of your family can follow you all the way to your adult life, but it packages it in a horror story, and it's brilliantly written, brilliantly acted. It's my favorite thing ever on Netflix. It's the Haunting of Hill House.
I guess it's interesting that sometimes the horror might not be the focus. It's just like the glitters, basically. The focus may be the family, the problem with the relationship.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because real life, whether you believe in ghosts or not, real life is way scarier than any supernatural thing that you can think of. So yeah, I guess that's what makes us love horror stories, because it reflects life, actually. Yeah.
Okay, wait, let me see. There is another question. Oh, okay, so there is still one. It is still related to the Creepy Case Club series. So basically, this is also from Michelle. Rizal, was it hard for you to write a book for children since you used to write for adults? Usually, authors have their own writing style, and changing them from writing for adults to children is pretty challenging, isn't it?
Yes, it was hard in the beginning. It was pretty challenging because you have to, I don't want to say dumb down your writing style, because if anything, you have to level up your writing skill, because you're writing for children. Yeah, so it was hard because, you kind of have to constantly remind yourself that, okay, you cannot use long, very complicated sentences. You have to tell your story in the clearest way possible. And then, like I said before, you have to continuously walk the fine line between horror and not, between scaring and not scarring, as Dante puts it very aptly. So
yeah, I guess it's true, because we have to convey complex ideas in a simple way as well.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess that's all for the Q&A session. Thank you for answering. I think it was great. We get to know a lot from not only the Creepy Case Club, but also horror in general.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you.
Okay, so
the
I guess
questions are great. Thank you.
I guess a lot of people did want to know more about the horror genre. Okay, I think I will pass this back to Sherry, because this is supposed to be for the breakout room session.
Yeah, true. It's for the breakout room. So, Airin, can you make the breakout room?
I think we're gonna stay in one room for tonight, Chef.
What is it?
I think we can all stay in one room for tonight.
Oh, okay. What about like divide it into two, because I think it would be too long to listen to 20 people.
Okay, we can divide into two.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, there's one like good quotes from Michelle. That's why I'm not scared of ghosts. I'm scared of adulthood. I think that relates to so many people.
Yes, I'm scared of adulthood as well. That's why I escaped to childhood.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
By the way, is the book like so scary for non-horror readers or no?
Some readers reached out to me and said that, some are scared, but some who are used to horror stories said that, it's child's play. It's not really, it's not really scary. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we have to take a picture first before the breakout room.
Yes.
So let's take the picture first. Okay, let's take a picture, everyone. In case everyone leaves or have something to do, yeah, let's take the picture now. Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone have cute hats tonight. Am I the one being scary? Or only the one being with a scary character?
I think Airin wants to be Sadako, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, let's take a picture. Oh, Tia will take the picture, right? You are not home. Oh, where is Tia? Tia is not here. Okay, I will take the picture then. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, once more. I think your scary pose or something like that.
Oh.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay, let's go to the breakout room.
I think we can just choose the rooms. I don't know why there's some problems.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know why it's like I can't sign for it.
Oh, I think here it pops out in my screen, create breakout room or something.
Yeah. So I think I'm just gonna let people choose.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hi everyone. Oh, okay. Well, that didn't really work. Everyone moved to the first. Everyone moved to the room.